Oh yeah. Hey. Hello everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Excellent. I'm really sorry. Turns out that you need to not use Safari when you're streaming from YouTube, but Google doesn't tell you that until you click go live. So I had to try and get Google Chrome, and I couldn't do that. So I ended up using Firefox, but I'm here now. Thank you very much for waiting, and I really do apologize. So, how many people? Just to let everybody know what's going on, I have my wife who is reading the comment section to me in my ear. She's been very patient as well, so thank you, wife. So she will read questions to me as you put them into the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Do we have any questions so far? Yes, I read that somebody earlier on left a question in the advertising post asking if Simon's Children liked the stroganoff we made. I wasn't there, obviously, but he reported that it was all eaten. So yes, it seems that they did. Whether or not they went to sleep because of the brandy afterwards, I'm not sure. Hi, Katie. Thanks again for helping us out on only in the UK the other night. I will drink Guinness. It's not my favourite, but I used to drink it when I went out for St. Patrick's Day to get the hats. For those in America, every year in the UK, they probably do over there as well, but they give big foam Guinness hats to pubs and clubs that sell Guinness on draft. And when you've consumed a certain amount of pints, you earn yourself a Guinness hat to wear for the rest of the day. Snow Snake 666. My favorite dish. Sorry, I need to. I just realized that the other people can't hear what my wife is saying in my ear, so I need to repeat the question as well. Snow Snake 666. What's my favorite dish to cook and eat? Probably carbonara. I like a carbonara. Or honey sesame chicken. My wife obtained the Disney. What's the name of the restaurant? Yak and Yeti, is it? Yak and Yeti's Disney honey sesame chicken recipe, and I make that quite a lot. If I demo that on the channel, though, that's an advanced blind recipe because it involves deep frying. Mr. Mulch Hamilton says, how do I feel about my experience on YouTube as a personality so far? I don't know, really. I don't really consider myself a YouTube personality. I mean, I've been doing the videos for a couple of years, but it's only very recently that people have started paying attention. But yeah, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it, and it's kind of humbling that so many people. I mean, I've got nearly 3,500 subscribers now. Oh, nearly 4,000 subscribers. I've been updated in my ear. that many people are at all interested in anything that I have to say. So it's a surreal experience, but I'm enjoying it so far. Um, Phil H, how long on average does it take me to go from an idea to a finished script? That depends on the length of the script, obviously, but and what the and on the topic. Because if I pitch an episode of Brain Blaze, it's usually something that I already know about. Um, so sometimes I can do a Brain Blaze script in a day. Um, the Dunblane and Hungerford script that I did for The Casual Criminalist, which was nearly 10,000 words. I think that took me 6 or 7 working days. It really depends on how much research. Usually, for Brain Blaze, just to give that some context, my Brain Blaze scripts are usually around 2,500 to 3,000 words. So yeah, it really depends on how much research is required, but I'd say on average between 1 and 3 days for most of the things that I do. I hope that answered your question, Phil H. Willow Wind Farms. What do I do for work? We're not sure if this is a question for everybody or just for me, but this is what I do for work. Working for Simon is my full-time job, and then now doing my own YouTube videos on the side. So if that was a question for me, then that's what I do. I think most of Simon's writers are full-time. I think Katie definitely is. If you're still there, Katie, feel free to correct me. But and Danny is full-time writing for Simon. Yeah, Alex Rowe Million. Ooh, the moon landing was pretty fun. I didn't. Sorry, Alex Rowe Million. I've just been reminded that I didn't say the question. What's been my favorite conspiracy theory to debunk? I was going to say the moon landing, but then I remembered the Winchester Mystery House, and that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. And obviously, is Stevie Wonder blind? But that was a team effort with Danny. So Stevie Wonder's not being blind, the Winchester Mystery House, and then the moon landing in those orders, in that order. Sorry. Katie has said she should be full time, but is just very lazy. So thank you for that prompt response. L4R5 man has said whiskey. Honestly, I'm not a big whiskey drinker. When I used to drink a lot in like when I ran the pubs and stuff, I would just drink Bells. So Bells or Teachers. So I'm by no means a whiskey connoisseur. So yeah, I can't advise on whiskey really. I'll drink a bourbon, but even then I tend to just stick to Jack Daniels or that sort of area. My favorite spirit, or which is a cognac really, is Courvoisier. I really do enjoy that. Spirit Wolf asking, what's my favorite obscure fantasy series? book series. I didn't ask you, Siri. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. The one my wife's saying, the one with the weird boat that I've got as an audiobook. Now I can't think of any. Can't think of any books I've read. I've read all. Well, I've read all the Harry Potters. I know it's no longer socially acceptable to. Oh yeah, Pratchett. Anything, all the Pratchett stuff. I've read a lot, but I wouldn't really say that was obscure. Pardon? Oh yeah, I suppose yes. The Dark Tower, that would count. That's sort of fantasy, sci-fi, Western, everything. Yes, that will be I think my final answer will be the Dark Tower series. I've read those loads of times. In fact, if any of you have read the Dark Tower, the dog I had before my current shepherd was called Oi, after the Bumbler character in the Dark Tower series. My wife's just catching up. Oh, by the way, just while she's doing that, I don't know if any of you caught the video I did the other day, but about our Sunday exploits. But yeah, if anybody is in the sort of South Coast England area and they need a dog walker or a dog sitter, then check out the previous video. There's a link to, I think, perhaps the best dog walking company in the world. Rich D says, if we get G for golf. If you get to it, Dave, I'd be curious to know which drummers influenced G. The from a younger age, Roger Taylor, Lars, obviously, Corey Taylor, Joey Jordison. Sorry. My wife is exceptionally angry that I mixed up Joey Jordison and Corey Taylor. Yes, Joey Jordison, the drummer from Trivium, whose name I can never remember. Buddy Rich. I actually trained as jazz and blues, a jazz and blues drummer, and then transitioned over to metal music. So a lot of the fills and styles, that I use, I've just been told I'm very quiet. So yeah, a lot of my drumming techniques come from blues and jazz, and I've moved them over into metal music. But yeah, no surprises on the drumming front. I think the usual for metal, and Ginger Baker. I think that's probably it. I see. Red-handed who? Sorry. Red-handed Jill. Thank you. For anyone not reading the comment, apparently I look angelic with the light behind me. Julian told me that the other day, and I've just stuck with it. The light behind, apparently, it does wonders for my hair. James Beeching, what's your opinion on the whole Lucy Letby is innocent bollocks? I don't know. if it's conclusively proven that she is, I will happily write another script, a third script for Casual Criminalist. I haven't looked into it as much as I should have. What I have looked since the verdict, yeah, obviously, but I don't know. I mm, it's difficult. I wouldn't like to say, wouldn't like to commit without having read more than I have. I think personally, if you're gonna hold me to a point, I would say I think that all of the evidence being incorrect seems unlikely to me. But I'm happy to. I should be happy to, as I said, write the surprise turnaround script should it come about. Okay, we're going with apologies if we get the names wrong, but they're all sort of third hand. My wife is reading them to me through my earphone. It's like a game of telephone. Chinese whispers. Probably not allowed to say that, but let's have another go. Did you say Avalezi says, out of all your hobbies and interests, what do you find the most enjoyable and or fulfilling? Now, I guess, probably making things. Um, when when the opportunity arises to use the workshop and make something, I enjoy the sense of achievement that comes from, except when it goes wrong and I cut my finger off. Oh yeah, yes. Because making things is something I can do with my child as well. So it's a joint venture. For those of you Brain Blaze followers, you'll know that a while ago I put my fingers through a table saw and lost the sensation down the side of my finger here for, well, it's still not quite the same now, but I was making at the time a puzzle box for my wife with hidden compartments and such, and I finally finished it just before Christmas. Christmas last year. So what did that take? Nearly 2 years to do after I was unable to use the power tools through lack of hand. It also made typing very difficult. But yes, I think. Pardon, sorry, my wife said something in my ear. What did you say? Oh yeah, yes. My that was a joint project between my child and I. But yeah, I would say woodwork is my my favorite hobby now. And Katie again. I do. I have two tattoos. One of which I can probably show you. I can't show you the other one because I'd have to take my shirt off. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a fox drinking a pint of beer. Not as when I got out of the swimming pool at the hotel on the Isle of Wight, a dog eating a candle, as somebody came up to me and said, "Why have you got a dog eating a candle on your arm?" But that's the logo of one of the pubs my family used to run. As a few of the old regulars now have it. And the other one is on the back of my left shoulder, and it's the Linux penguin, because my grandmother really, really liked Linux. No, not really. My grandmother really, really liked penguins. So when she died, all of her children and grandchildren got penguin tattoos, and I was really into Linux at the time, so I thought I would kill two birds with one stone and get the Linux Penguin. Not a ninja. With your blindness, I'll simplify the question to, can you see anything, or do you have partial sight? But I can see light and dark, so which is would be registered as light perception. I can tell if I'm outside, I can tell if it's nighttime or daytime, or if I'm inside, I can tell if the lights are on or off. But there's very little. There's very little I can actually do with my vision. When my wife was pregnant with our child, sorry, I have hiccups because of course I do. That's better. When my wife was pregnant with our child, and because not being able to see has never bothered me at all, but one of the things I would like to be able to do is have seen my child. So we got the scan photos, and at the time I had a huge 60-inch Sharp TV. So my wife inverted the colors on the picture, on the scan picture. So it was the dark on the sorry, sort of shadows on a light background. So if I got very, very, very close to the screen, I could just about visibly make out the shapes in the scan picture, which is one of many incredible things she's done for me over the years. That's quite special. But yeah, I think that's the only significant thing I've ever seen, I would say. Jay Jackson, how did I get ready? How did I get started working for Simon? It's actually, well, it's a long story, but that's why we're here, I guess. I started doing this channel before I started working for Simon, and I recorded a couple of, well, we recorded a couple of videos. My wife shot them in our old kitchen. They're still on the channel. Potato skins, garlic mushroom potato skins, and another one, I think. But yeah, we shot those in our old kitchen. My wife took the videos on my iPhone 6. And when I finally published the videos, I sent links to all the YouTubers that I watched at the time. And Simon was the only one who got back to me. And I basically just emailed saying, big fan of your work. I'm looking to start my own channel. Can you have a look at this pilot if you've got a minute and give me any criticism, constructive or otherwise? And he got back to me within 3 or 4 days, and he said he watched the video. He recommended that I get a better microphone, gave me some tips on talking to the camera, which I'm still really bad at. But I'll get there. And we just kind of stayed in touch. We'd email each other back and forth, maybe once a month, because he had just had a child at the time, so had I. We had a few similar interests. I wouldn't say we became friends, but sort of acquaintances, and we'd chat. And then quite a while later, my child was playing with our Amazon Alexa, and he put on a song called The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by accident. And I was aware of the song and the story. It's about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is an ore carrier that went down on the Great Lakes. And I thought, well, that's a topic that Simon would have covered on mega projects or side projects. So I had a look, and he hadn't. So I emailed him and said, how come you haven't covered the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald? and he emailed me back saying that it's in the stack for someone to write. Do you want to have a go at doing it? And I was like, yes, I would like that a lot. So I spent a very long time, a few weeks, putting together my best effort, and he liked it. And when he recorded it, he's basically messaged me back saying, I don't usually get people to write one thing. So basically, if you want to come on and write for me full time, the job's there. And I did want to, so I did. Cassian X Games. Tathium X Games. Oh, thank you. Hey, Dave. I can't remember what that number was. 2200 vision in one eye, and my other eye is fake. Very encouraging to see other YouTubers, blind YouTubers. You say other blind YouTubers, so I assume you are YouTubing as. Oh, visionless creators. Okay, cool. Sorry, I misunderstood the question. So, but yes, thank you. If you do create, put a link somewhere, and I'll check it out. Hello, Katie again. What's my favorite power tool? I think just for mindless, destructive, fun power, it's probably the reciprocating saw, which, for those of you who don't know, is essentially a very, very big jigsaw with a longer blade. Not particularly accurate, but a lot of fun. So yes, the reciprocating saw. I'm a little wary of the table saw these days, but I have used it several times since the accident. Okay, my wife just said if your comment doesn't get read out, she is taking screenshots, and we'll check through them. You will get your turn, I promise. Oh, I see. Okay. Alex Rose Milton says. Alex Rose Million says. I was about to ask about Pratchett. Have you tried the Long Earth series by Pratchett and Baxter? I haven't. I've read. Well, if it's a Discworld book, then I haven't read all of the Discworld series. But I thought I had. I will definitely check them out. Sailor Z, Sailor Z, Sailors. Pick one. Do I like gardening, and do I have a favorite plant? I do like gardening. I don't do as much as I should, as you would know if you'd seen our garden, but you won't. So, what's my favorite? I like old English honeysuckle, the honeysuckle that smells nice. Because it used to grow everywhere over my dad's cottage when I was a kid. And it doesn't seem to smell the same anymore. But yes, I do like gardening, and honeysuckle would be my favorite plant. If I had to pick a worst plant, it would be, just for pure work I've had to put in to get rid of it, Buddleia. I don't know if it goes by a different name in America, or even if you have it in America. But all over the south coast of the UK, Buddleia is the most invasive thing. It's all through the New Forest. It only takes a small bit of a plant to blow off in the wind, and you'll end up with many, many Buddleias everywhere. But it's so fast growing and the roots grow so deep. We have one that comes back every year in our front garden, and I think the first time I got rid of it, it took 2 days at least to cut it right down and dig all the roots out and destroy it, and it still comes back every year. Okay. Takin X Games, thank you for the recommendations. I shall check those out. Alvalezi, my thoughts are with you. Also hacking your thing. What was it? Was the saw specified? No, just with a saw. But nice. Thank you, Alex, for a million. If I am ever in Newcastle, I will come and have drinks. I was there. I was there recently-ish. My stepdad bought a new car, so we drove him up there to collect it. I should have done this sooner. Hello, Michael Jacobs from the UK. Well, you're from Florida, but I was saying, yeah, you get it. Yes, I did. Thank you, whoever said my wife is so sweet. James Beeching again says, has modern technology led to a huge increase in your quality of life or just made it different? Yes. Up until when I was in junior school, it was Braille. Screen readers were a thing, but they were just coming in. At that time, a screen reader required an entirely separate device that plugged into the computer via a 9-pin serial connector. The internet wasn't really a thing then, not like it is now. So since I was in junior school to now, the change has been unbelievable. Even over that, will it be 30 years now, nearly. Going from having to physically braille on a machine like a typewriter. I have one here, but I'm not going to get it. I'll put it in another video when I do my next old blind technology video. To now being able to dictate into my phone or computer and have websites just read out to me. Yes, technology has been an absolute game changer, not just for me, but for the entire blind community. I said to somebody the other week, it's never been a better time to be blind, and I stand by that. Hello. Okay. Technical difficulties are being had. Tanya White says, "Where's Bo?" Bo is asleep in the hall. Bo did feature in her. I guess I could get her. Oh yeah, yes. If you hang around to the end, and I will bring both the dogs in. I promise. Next question. Katie Watson again. Have I met any celebrities, Katie Watson? I've met Elton